Anna Navarro has appeared on Celebrity Jeopardy before. However, on her most recent appearance, she seemed to struggle mightily with one simple rule that everyone who watches the show knows. It got so bad that the audience began to groan audibly, and the View host threatened to walk out on the show. Here is what Anna was doing wrong on Celebrity Jeopardy, and how things finally turned out in the end. Why did Anna Navarro threaten to walk out on Celebrity Jeopardy? Anna Navarro was one of the players who competed on Celebrity Jeopardy this season. The View host appeared on the show in 2022, and she made her return to the series this week. However, despite being on the show 3 years ago, she seemed to have no idea how to play the game this time around. Anna, 53, competed on Wednesday against actress Yvette Nicole-Brown, 53, and podcaster David Freiberg, 44. However, it appears that things did not go well for Anna during the rehearsals. What happens on Celebrity Jeopardy is that the players practice the format before the show to be clear on the gameplay when it starts. The studio audience is there watching the rehearsals as well as the actual filmed episode. This is when things went off the rails for Anna. Despite playing on the show before in 2022, she seemed to have no clue how to play the game. Anyone who watched the show knows that you form your answers in the form of a question. Anna couldn't get this right via the U.S. Sun. During the rehearsals, every time she answered, she never added what I or who is before her answer. According to sources, the audience started to groan when she kept messing up, and a producer had to keep going over to chat with her about it. Each time she made the mistake of not saying the question format, the audience would also make a disappointed noise after it happened so many times, the source said. At one point, she threw her hands up and said, "I'm going to just walk off this stage. I cannot get this right." How did the Celebrity Jeopardy game go for Anna Navarro? As fans who watched the show on Wednesday know, Anna Navarro didn't walk off the stage. When the cameras were rolling, Anna was fine, did the answers properly, and never messed up the format when giving her answers. It was also a close game. Anna even thrived in one of the hard categories, politics and geography, and she swept that one. However, when it came time for Final Jeopardy, she lost out as David had a big lead heading into that clue. Anna went all in, but she missed the question. The final clue was the idea for this book, originally titled A Week with Willie the Worm, came to the author as he punched holes in a stack of paper. The answer was, "What is the very hungry caterpillar?" Everyone missed it. Dave got it right but missed a word in the title and won with $3,599. What are your thoughts on Anna Navarro's struggles on Celebrity Jeopardy? Let us know in the comments below. Anna Navarro, the fiery political commentator and co-host of The View, is no stranger to the spotlight. Known for her sharp wit and unfiltered takes, she's tackled everything from heated debates to viral moments with poise. But when she stepped back onto the Celebrity Jeopardy stage for her latest appearance, Navarro found herself in unfamiliar territory, floundering over a basic rule that even casual viewers know by heart. What should have been a triumphant return turned into a cringe-worthy spectacle, complete with audience groans, a frustrated outburst, and a threat to storm offstage. So what went wrong for Navarro? And how did it all play out? Let's dive into the drama, dissect her missteps, and see how she fared when the cameras finally rolled. Anna Navarro's history with Celebrity Jeopardy dates back to 2022, when she first joined the celebrity spin-off of the iconic trivia game show. That initial appearance showcased her competitive spirit and charm, earning her a warm reception from fans. Fast forward to this season, and Navarro, now 53, returned to the podium on Wednesday, facing off against actress Yvette Nicole-Brown, also 53, and podcaster David Freiberg, 44. With her prior experience, you'd think she'd glide through the game with confidence. Instead, Navarro stumbled hard over a fundamental rule, turning rehearsals into a chaotic scene that left everyone, from the audience to the crew, exasperated. For those unfamiliar, Celebrity Jeopardy follows the same format as its classic counterpart. Contestants select clues from a board, buzz in with answers, and crucially phrase those answers as questions, what is or who is, to match the show's signature quirk. It's a rule drilled into viewers since the Alex Trebek era, a quirky twist that's as much a part of Jeopardy's DNA as the Daily Doubles or the Think music. Navarro, having played before, should have had this down pat. But during the pre-show rehearsals, a dry run designed to help contestants get comfortable with the format, according to insiders via the U.S. Sun, Navarro's troubles began early in the practice rounds. Time after time, she'd buzz in with a correct answer, say, Abraham Lincoln or the Eiffel Tower, would fail to frame it as a question. No, who is Abraham Lincoln? Or, what is the Eiffel Tower? Just the raw answer, flat and unadorned. At first, it might have been brushed off as a slip-up, but as the rehearsals wore on, Navarro repeated the mistake with stubborn consistency, leaving the crew scrambling to correct her. A producer reportedly had to sidle up to her podium multiple times, whispering reminders about the question format, each intervention a little more exasperated than the last. The studio audience, present for both rehearsals and the taping, didn't hold back their reactions. What started as polite murmurs turned into audible groans, disappointed, almost pained noises that echoed through the set every time Navarro flubbed the rule yet again. It was like watching someone forget how to tie their shoes, one source quipped. The collective frustration built to a tipping point, and Navarro, sensing the mounting tension, finally snapped. Throwing her hands in the air, she declared, I'm going to just walk off this stage. I cannot get this right. It was a dramatic moment, vintage Ana Navarro, fiery and unfiltered, but it underscored just how rattled she'd become. What made this slip-up so baffling? Navarro's no novice when it comes to high-pressure environments. On The View, she spars with co-hosts like Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar, navigating hot-button issues with quick thinking and razor-sharp retorts. She's a seasoned communicator, fluent in English and Spanish, with a law degree and decades of political commentary under her belt. Forgetting a rule she followed in 2022 seemed out of character, almost unthinkable. Was it nerves? A mental block? Or had the intervening years simply wiped the Jeopardy playbook from her mind? Whatever the cause, the rehearsal meltdown painted a stark contrast to her usual confidence, setting the stage for a redemption arc or a total collapse when the real game began. How did the Celebrity Jeopardy game go for Ana Navarro? Despite the rocky rehearsals and her near-exit threat, Ana Navarro didn't follow through on her dramatic promise to walk off. When the lights went up and the cameras rolled for the Wednesday airing, she pulled herself together, and then some. Fans tuning in saw a different Navarro, poised, engaged, and most importantly, nailing the question format every time. No more naked answers, no more producer interventions. Whatever clicked between rehearsal and taping, it worked. The audience groans were replaced by cheers, and Navarro proved she could hold her own against Brown and Freiberg in a game that turned out to be a nail-biter. The episode showcased Navarro's strengths early on. She found her footing in a category blending politics and geography, two areas where her expertise as a political pundit and global traveler gave her an edge. Clues about world capitals, historic treaties, and influential leaders flew at her, and she swept the board, buzzing in with precision and delivering responses like, "What is Brasilia?" and "Who is Nelson Mandela?" with a newfound rhythm. It was a triumphant turnaround, a reminder of the intellect that's made her a standout on The View. Yvette Nickel-Brown, known for her roles in Community and Drake and Josh, brought her own trivia chops, while David Freiberg, host of the All In podcast, leaned on his tech world savvy. But for a stretch, Navarro held the spotlight. Her rehearsal was a distant memory. The game stayed competitive through Double Jeopardy, with all three players trading leads and landing solid scores. Navarro's political geography dominance gave her a boost, but Brown's pop culture knowledge and Freiberg's strategic wagering kept the pressure on. Heading into Final Jeopardy, the stakes were high and the leaderboard tight. Freiberg held a slight edge with $3,599, while Navarro and Brown trailed closely behind. The final clue dropped. The idea for this book, originally titled A Week with Willie the Worm, came to the author as he punched holes in a stack of paper. Navarro went all in, betting her entire haul in a bid to leapfrog Freiberg. Brown followed suit, wagering big. The answer. What is the Very Hungry Caterpillar? The beloved children's book by Eric Carle, inspired by his hole-punching epiphany. It was a tricky one, deceptively simple yet obscure in its origin story. Navarro missed it, her response blank or incorrect. Exact details weren't televised. Brown also faltered, unable to connect the dots. Friedberg, meanwhile, got tantalizingly close, buzzing in with "What is the hungry caterpillar?" But his omission of "very" cost him the full points.